everybody, and in today's video I will be talking about Fortnite's meta. In the background I have some playground gameplay because I recorded this last night before I went to bed because my sleep schedule has been messed up, so I just didn't have time to actually edit it and record my audio because this is not going to be an edited video. I just had to add in the audio. And so I just wanted to talk about the current state of Fortnite in general and what I believe could change and what I think would be the best route for the game to take. Obviously, I know what I'm talking about when I talk about what's good for the video game for Fortnite in general. What I mean by that is just I play it competitively, so I know a lot of things about the game, and I know what would be decent for the game. I'm not saying I have the best overall idea, I just have a pretty good opinion, I guess. And so we're gonna get into that. What I think the game is definitely going to change is gonna be the SMG meta that's in Fortnite right now. It is by far the worst meta since Double Pump in Season 2 and some of Season 3. Unless they took it out and I'm just being an idiot. But, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite lately because I enjoy Season 5 a lot. I enjoy everything about Season 5 except for the current meta and what's going on in the game. Everything in the game is pretty, I don't know, it's pretty underpowered compared to the SMG. Everything in the game isn't as powerful as the SMG. I've started carrying SMGs over ARs and drum guns over ARs. And that's a bad thing because your AR is what you want to be the most effective thing at medium to long range, like in gunfights. You shouldn't be able to get by with using an SMG from that range, but you can. And another reason why I use the SMG and drum gun to replace my AR is just because in a lot of the situations there aren't AR fights anymore. Most people will just get really aggressive and they will just push you, and so I don't find a need for an AR. If an SMG is more effective at close range and medium range, I wouldn't say long range because they did nerf them, as you all know, but in my opinion I can use an SMG or drum gun better than an AR in that medium range to close range, which shouldn't be happening. It should be a close range weapon, but with what they've done to shotguns and everything, this game's pretty messed up right now. I'd say a lot of the things that the game is doing isn't really benefiting it. They nerfed shotguns. Well, they balanced them, I guess. I don't know. It's been a bit since I read the Season 5 patch notes when the season first started, but I'm pretty sure they said that they either balanced or nerfed the shotguns. So, I mean, in my personal opinion, the shotguns were underpowered, and now when they took out double shotgun, it's not a bad thing at all. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think that you should be forced to use double shotgun. I like the variety of Season 5, but I don't really enjoy what they've went ahead and done with Season 5, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is just everything that they've set up in Season 5, including the whole meta where SMGs are the most powerful thing in the game. You don't even need a shotgun. You really don't need a shotgun. In a lot of the scenarios, I'll be using an either SMG or a drum gun to get the kill, but shotguns aren't absolutely obsolete because in some scenarios you do end up needing a shotgun, so it just depends on what the scenario is. So I still carry a shotgun, obviously, but I feel like they need to really rebalance the shotguns. They need to rebalance the SMGs as well. I feel as if they don't really understand how underpowered the shotguns were in Season 4. At the end of Season 4, I was getting so many 7 damage shots, and still I do, and they're a lot more balanced now, don't get me wrong. I like how they are now, I guess, but I don't like the damage that they do. So, I mean, there are a lot of things that could be changed about the game that just aren't being changed. I feel like the SMGs are definitely going to get tuned again, and that's a good thing, but they need to look at shotguns. I don't feel like there needs to be all these different rarities in the game. I feel like you should have one shotgun, one AR, one SMG, etc., you know, because who needs all these options, you know? Like, it makes no sense. Some of the options people don't even use. I haven't seen an LMG in a long time because, I mean, like, it's pretty ineffective with everything that you're given. I mean, you can keep the LMG, honestly, but if, like, there are all these other guns that are just gonna outpower it, then I don't understand the need to use it. You know, like, I don't understand the need to have all these things in the game. I feel like if they did have one of each weapon, of each class of weapon, then it would be a lot more balanced. Everything would be a lot easier to use, like one tech and one pump. I mean, even that would be a lot better. And they're introducing a new shotgun. If y'all don't know, it's called the break action shotgun. At the time of me putting out this video, it's set to come this week, I think. So, I mean, if they're adding in another shotgun, I don't know what that says about the pump. I feel like they're gonna remove the pump, but that could just be me like being completely incorrect, and they're not gonna remove any shotgun, and we're gonna have 4 shotguns in the game, and that's just gonna be even worse. But I mean, I'm not really happy with the current meta in the game. Like, a lot of the things in the game are also buggy. Like, the damage that you do with shotguns, like I said, I'm sure you guys have noticed this. This has been a complaint since Season 4. The damage in shotguns are not powerful at all most of the time. And then when they retuned the shotguns at the beginning of Season 5, there was a bug going around with the heavy that you could do 300 damage. I mean, they just, honestly, all they need to do is just get the tuning down, right? I mean, like, everything would work a lot better if they could listen to the community, I guess, but they've been doing a really good job of that so far on most everything else. But I feel like if they took a, like, really, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? If they took a good step, then they would be focusing on what the community wants and not what they would like to do with shotguns, because what they've been doing with shotguns and what they've been doing with the meta is honestly just it's horrible. I don't like it at all. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of other people could get used to the meta, and I have, but still a lot of people are quitting the game because of this. So it's not just some issue that I'm bringing up just to talk about something. Now, a lot of people I know that play on a competitive level are saying that they're done with the game just because of everything that's going on and everything that's happened with Fortnite. They're saying that they're just finished with the game. They don't want to play anymore. They're not interested. The meta's messed up. Everything in the game is just weird. Like, the gameplay is off. It's not the Fortnite that they remember playing. It's not the one that I remember playing. But, I mean, like, it doesn't make sense to me as to why Epic would still be sitting here and wanting to push this meta after so many people have just been in denial not in denial, but just they don't enjoy the meta, you know? Nobody enjoys this meta, and I'm sick and tired of Epic catering towards the bad players. I mean, I get that it's the bigger player base, and I understand that it's the, you know, player base that's going to make them the most money, and that's probably what they're worried about when they're pushing this meta, but their main players, the people that have been here since Season 2, like me and like everybody else on my team, are just, we don't like the meta, period. We don't enjoy anything about this meta. We aren't using a lot of the old guns that we used to use, which isn't a bad thing, but I mean, a lot of the guns that we used to use are ARs, you know? Like, there are a lot of changes that could be made to the game and just to the guns in general that would make the game a lot more playable, and they could still cater to their natural audience. There are a lot of videos talking about this on YouTube. I'm not the only one. One channel that I suggest you guys go check out if you all feel like talking about Fortnite's meta and feel like talking about the issues in Fortnite, are GED, his channel. I agree with a lot of the points that he brings up, and he's even spoken about the Season 5 meta. I haven't seen that video, but I know he has. But yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people are in disagreement with what they're doing to the game. It's not, like, so you gotta look at it from a player's standpoint, right? Like, if you're sitting there and you have a gun in the game that is just appallingly powerful, you know, like, it's just terribly OP, alright? That's not a good thing at all. That is not gonna help the players that are actually trying to play this on a competitive level. If you go back and watch my Star Duos tournament gameplay, the tournament that I won, I would pick up the, you know, the SMG. Anytime I could, I would pick up an SMG because it makes it a lot easier in gunfights, you know? Like, what I would suggest to Epic, which I know they won't be watching this video, but what I would suggest to them would be to focus on finding other ways to really cater towards the bad players. Ranked play would be a great addition to the game, in my opinion. It would give good players a way to still play good, but, like, you know, without having to have all these weapons be too OP. And it would give bad players a chance to get better, because they'd actually have some sort of progression in the people that they play. They wouldn't just go out and get smacked by Fortnite's just, you know, unranked player base, you know? Like, it wouldn't just be, oh, he's a nub and he's a bad player and freaking, you know, this and that, and he can't improve because he's getting out into public matches and solo matches and just getting smacked by better players. And even if this is the case, even if they don't introduce ranked play, Fortnite doesn't need to cater towards anybody. I was a bad player, so I don't understand why they're just now catering towards bad players. Honestly, it makes me mad just talking about it, because if people aren't really gonna want to get good at this game and they're really just doing it to post wins, then they're not gonna get good, you know? Like, they're not gonna be good players. I mean, like, if people are just out here trying to post wins onto their social media and everything, then I don't understand why Fortnite's catering towards them. I mean, those are my thoughts and opinions on this meta, and Fortnite, in my opinion, doesn't even need ranked play, because it makes no sense. Everybody before this meta has been able to improve, so I don't know why just now they're catering towards them. But My most recent videos are popping up on the screen now. Hope you guys enjoyed. It has been your boy,